Hi everybody and welcome back to Nellie Ruth Designs. Today we are going to be working on the new design team project for August, and we're working with Mad Paper Crush Digitals, Sharon's site over on Etsy, and I'll have all of that in my description. But thanks for joining in and crafting along with me. This is going to be a fun, quick little project. I wanted to make, for a journal, I wanted to make some pockets and little tag inserts. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to be showing you the material that I've picked. But first I want to show you the digital papers. These are just a few. I'm going to start with these, but these are Sharon's letters from Verona, and they're really, really pretty. So this is her add-on, which has all the little, I call them bits and bobbles, to go with the paper. Now, this is the normal size that prints out, but I wanted some of her images smaller so I could put on the bags and the tags. So, like I said, this is a normal size that would run off on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So what I did was I reduced the overall size down by 70%. I think it was 70%. Yeah, I did it at 70%. So I reduced it 30%. So these are all at a 70% overall printing size on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So I wanted all of these beautiful little images made a little bit smaller. So this is what I ran off to start. These were some of my favorite. And they are very, very pretty. And I wanted to work with the Verona just so I was in Italy in 2019, and I'm dying to go back, but with COVID, unfortunately, we aren't traveling. So this is just a nice little reminder of my time in Verona and Venice and Malsicene and all the wonderful places we traveled to. And these are her papers that are in the Letters from Verona junk journal kit. And these are just wonderful. So pretty. So these I wanted to cover the bags with. And then this is the last. I love this one. I just think these are very pretty. So I have an idea in mind. I don't know where it's going to take me, but I obtained these bags. I'm not going to tell you where I got them. I got them on the road when I was traveling, and I can't really remember where I got them. Some store. It wasn't really a craft store or anything like that, but I just thought they were really neat. And they're almost like a vellum. So I got a little packet of these, and I thought it would be fun to make some pockets, some little pockets out of these. And I just folded them. This is the top. I cut the tops off, the rigid side, and I just folded them in half, and then folded them in half again. And then I just turned this up a little bit. Excuse me. And this will be the pocket. I'd like to put a little punch here. And I think I may just punch the front, but I'm going to have to close. I think I'm going to have to sew. I'm thinking about sewing down this side here to close this side. This side here, I want to have this open. You can see where this is right here. I want to have this open as a pocket for that little tag. So I may have to, I'm just trying to think how I might do this to slide it in and out. I may just glue this little piece right in here. So if I glue this little piece here, and then this will be sewn over here, this tag should go in and out just fine. And then we will still have room for a tag here, and then another tag up in here. The other thing I'm wondering, and maybe I won't do a tag up here, maybe we could do a nice little, like a card. And then you could take the card out, open it, and journal in the card. So we could do that. So now my next question is, I don't think I will sew this side first. I think I will need to put my paper on here first. And then if I make a little punch here, well, I could always fill in a little bit up there with another piece of paper. All right, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. So I'm going to set these aside, and I think what I will do is I will choose the paper for the back here and then the front. So these I'm going to, the little add-ons I'm going to set aside, and then we can get started on a few of these. And I'm wondering if I should, I think what I might do, that's my other question too, is if I want to use these for the tag, because these look like they would just about fit. So maybe I'll save these for the tags, and I will I'm just wondering if I should use plain paper on the front here, and then I could embellish and then have this in the backdrop. I think maybe that's what I'll do. So, all right. So let me get my ruler. Oh, here we go. So we have got about 4.5. I'll start with 4.5 and see how that goes. And we'll just bring this up, and they should all be 4.5. I could just run some, yeah, just about 4.5. I can always cut them down. 4.5. So let's get the edges off of this here. And we're having another thunderstorm tonight. We had severe thunderstorm warnings. I just can't deal with this rain. I should have, from July 4th, I think we've only had, honestly, 2 days of sun, and then it wasn't even that warm. Yeah, and I do want a little bit of the brown to show, so I'm not worried about having it go right to the end. I'll do a couple. I think I'll end up making 4 or 5 bags. So I want 2 here with this print, and I want to continue with the roses. So let me get this cut down here. And I do have my phone on. My husband's back in Cleveland, and I don't think he's going to call. We talked earlier, but you never know. So, all right. So we have 4 to start. Oh, let's see here. Where am I at? Oh, I should have cut that other one down as well. So, and this doesn't have to go all the way when you do these. They don't have to go all the way down to the end. So actually, if you wanted to save on paper, you could just, let's see. Yeah, you can pretty much have it. And I am going to square these off. I'm not going to rip and tear these, so because I will be punching the this one. I do want the let's see, I'm just wondering if you wouldn't see the rose at all there. And I do want to see the, I can always use that for something. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. All right, we'll do the same with this here. I'm just going to kind of measure this way. Yeah, that's good. And I'll cut this one a little bit shorter. All right. If I find I cut one too short, I can always cut another one. But I think these will be pretty. And again, I don't care if this is a little bit over the edge. I want these to be a little, I don't want them to be all that perfect, because I think it makes them a little more appealing when it's not so dead on perfect. Come down a little bit. Okay. All right, so let's get the backs glued on. And I will continue to think what I want to do or how we're going to do it. I will distress these. And if I'm going to punch a hole up at the top, I guess it doesn't matter if I have that come down a little bit. Well, we'll just give it a go and we'll see how it works. I hope I don't have too many shadows here tonight. It is, like I said, it is night. What time is it? It's 9:24 p.m. I want to get to bed and read too. The book I'm reading, The Shadow and the Wind. It's by a Spanish author. I can't think of his name. It's a 4-part. Well, he has 4 books. I accidentally read book 3 first, and then I didn't realize that it was a series. So I said, well, I might as well start from the beginning. And I have about 50 pages left in the first book. They're quite long books. And I came to a real showstopper last night. I don't want to say what I read, because if you're reading it and you're not in the same spot where I'm at, I don't want to give anything away, but oh my goodness. So I can't wait to get back. I was going to crawl in bed and early and start reading tonight, but I figured, well, my husband is away, I'll take the opportunity and make a video and work on this a little bit. Because when he's home, I don't do this at night unless I'm sitting on the couch fussy cutting. All right, we'll get this on here, about like that. And I like the sound of these too. They're a little crinkly. So I think they're really cool. All right, so there's 2. And I'm going to use another rose here. All right. We'll do 3 and then I'll do a few off camera tomorrow. And then we can work on tags and things like that. Okay, all right, so we have these 3 done. And let me take this fourth bag and I'll show you now how I folded it. So you just take it. This bag here is, let me give you the size. So this is, oh, just 9 and what, 2/16, just a little over 9 inches. And then I'll be cutting this top off here. So from here to here, it's just about the same. Say 9 by 9. What the heck, just to make it. So I just folded it in half like this. That's my daughter-in-law. She's sending me, she's finding a bunch of stuff on the internet, and from one of her favorite shops, and she wants me to take a look at some things for her. Okay, so I'm going to cut that off there. And then I have to think here because I folded it in half before. However, I took that off a little bit too soon. So I'm just going to fold a little bit up here, and then I'm just going to fold it up like this just to match the others. And I think it's like right about like that. Okay, there we go. So that pretty much matches that. So I just want to make sure we have the right. All right. So I'm going to flip this around because I want the tag to come out the other side. I want it to come out this side like the others do. So that's good, just like that. Okay. All right, and that's just about the same size there. Okay, so let's put one more piece. I cut this. Let's see if this will. Yeah, this will fit nicely. Yep. Tell my girls they're getting ready for bed too. Daisy just came in to see what we were all doing. Okay. So I'll get this little bit done here. I wanted to just show a little introduction as to the papers I'm going to be using for this video. Or not for video, but for this project, the August design team. There we go. Okay, good. All right, so there's number 4. All right, so now we'll do the bottom section here. I'm just going to put a clip here. We'll get the bottom section done, and then I'll cut some of those little things out. We'll get this glued, and then tomorrow I can I'll sew these up before I come back to craft with you guys. All right. Okay, so the bottom section is going to be about the same, but we're going to make this, because I want this to come in a little bit. So I'm going to do this about a little larger than 4 1/4. And we're going to do just shy of 2 1/2. So 4 1/4 and 2 1/2. So let's do some light pink, and we'll do some of the dark. So we'll set that aside. And then this one here. Okay, and then what did I say? Just shy of 4 1/4, right? Or 4 1/2. Just shy of 4 1/2. I'm going to come in just, oh, see, I was doing it at 3, so it's just shy of 4 1/2. I'll do it right there in the middle. Okay, that's good. All right, so I have 2 of those, and I'll do 2 dark and 2 light here. Two dark and 2 light. Okay. Now, I said just shy of 2 1/4. Let's see. Yep. Just shy of 2 1/2. So in between 2 1/4, and I'm going to use this love side here. I can always take a little bit more off. There we go. I'm going to try this one at 2 1/2 and see. Yeah, I think 2 1/2 is a little bit better. So maybe I'll trade that one out. Yeah, 2 1/2 is a little bit better. Okay. All right, so this one we'll do at 2 1/2. Yeah, I can always bring that down a little bit, just one here. Just a tad. And this one, I'm going to go a little pinkier. No, this one here is definitely going to be 2 1/2. A little bit bigger. Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right, so that's done. So we have this one here. I'm just going to match them up. This one here. This one here is good. And this one here. All right. So now, yeah, I'm not going to, if I'm going to be stitching down here, I'm not going to be stitching on this one here. So I'm just going to get these distressed a little bit. Oh, and speaking of Italy, my husband sent me a text today, which I was really excited about. Is it Venice? I think it was Venice. They're no longer going to allow the cruise ships to come in to Venice, Italy. And I was so excited to hear that. And I'm sure everyone else is. But the government, I believe it was the government, said that they were no longer allowed. And I was so excited. When we were there, you could see them off in the distance, and Venice was just packed with people. It was just way too much. So that's exciting. All right, so I'm going to get this glued down. We'll get these glued down here. The other place I wish that they would hold off on the cruise ships as well is Key West, Florida. We've been going to Key West since 1984, and my husband, even before 84, you know, he was going down there. And I think it was like in the mid to late, I think it was late 90s, they started allowing cruise ships to come into Key West, and I think it ruined everything. I know a lot of the really nice stores, one in particular, Fast Buck Freddy's. If you've ever been to Key West, Fast Buck Freddy's was a huge department store, and they had the most eclectic, really, really cool items. I got some really cool fans one time for our house. They had clothes, they had cards, I mean, they had artwork. I mean, it was a really, really cool place, and they went out of business. I think really the only really nice shops that have survived are like the Wyland galleries, the artwork. The cruise ship people, they don't shop. I guess I don't want to say a normal tourist, but they have different shopping and spending habits than others that visit Key West, and a lot of the stores went out of business, which it's really sad. Because a lot of people don't like the cruise ships, and they'll leave. They'll go somewhere else. They'll go to, you know, Boca or Delray Beach, or another spot in Florida. They'll go over to the West Coast, Sanibel Island or Captiva, where they don't have those crowds. So here. I'm trying not to lean forward because I don't want to get my head in view. So, in this art glitter glue it dries pretty fast, so I kind of have to work kind of fast myself. These are going to be pretty. And we will do this one. And then I'll glue the sides, and then I will put the tape on them, or the little clip on them, and then I'll let them stay overnight, and we'll continue tomorrow with these. But these will be pretty in a junk journal. These would be very pretty. This one I have a little bit more showing than I wanted to. Maybe I can bring it down some. There we go. That took care of that, didn't it? That took care of that dilemma. There. And you can see a little bit more of the rows. So let's get the sides here. So I don't want to make a mistake. We are going to stitch this side here, and that will close this whole side up for a pocket. And here I just have to glue this little, can't glue the inside. So I will glue this little section right here. I'll make sure I have enough glue on there, and I'm going to I'll put 2 clips on here and make sure that that glues down well tonight. So that we'll glue that side there. Yes, the outside. Because you don't want to glue the inside, because then you won't be able to get your tag in. So you just want to glue this little spot right here. And we'll get our little things on here. This one looks like I'm going to need 3. This is a little bit. Oh, I made that adjustment, that's why. Okay, so that's on there. Let that set tonight. Okay. We'll get this going. And one more. And this one. I like the sound of these, the little crinkle. The little crinkle that it has. All right, there. So we will let these set overnight. We will let these dry. All right. And yeah, these are going to be cute little, pockets. And maybe tomorrow, before I greet everyone again, I can make a few more. I'd like to make, do about maybe 8. And then when I put them in the shop, I could do 2 groups of 4. They would be pretty. So I'll make another 4 up. We'll see what else. I'll show you what else Sharon has for papers. She does have more in her journal, so we can pick some other, I'll pick some other patterns. So, all right, everybody, thanks for joining in. It was a nice, relaxing night. I'm off to read my book, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. All righty, nighty-night.